Hey guys, so I have not updated YouTube in several weeks, and I apologize. Life is crazy, and it's just been insane the last couple of, weeks. Lots of insanity going on. I am 36 weeks pregnant. I turned 36 weeks yesterday, and baby girl will be here in the next 1 to 2 weeks. This could be my very last full week pregnant, or I could go to 38. I don't know. I don't know because there's a lot of miscommunication going on or lack of communication going on between the doctors and everybody, and so I'm really confused, and the scheduling office is really confused. So I will be getting induced because I have hypertension again, which is not uncommon for me. I usually end up with it towards the end of my pregnancies. The bottom number just gets a little wonky and can get kind of high. I think the highest it's been is like 94. And so it's not always the greatest. It stays between like the mid to upper 80s. But so they've diagnosed me with gestational hypertension at 34 weeks because at my 34-week appointment, a little bit, didn't like the monitor. She wouldn't stay on the monitor. There was a lot of breakage in her heartbeat and stuff. And she sent me to L&D and had me sign the paperwork to induce me. And I was like, okay, yay, I get to get induced. Didn't realize she was like, okay, we're inducing you at 37 weeks. I'm like that didn't register in my brain. All I heard was, you're going to L&D and here's your paperwork to induce you. I was like, wait. Okay. So, like, I don't know. 37 weeks seems early to me. Like, it's not. Lots of healthy babies are born at 37 weeks and some odd days and are fine. But I just don't think that my body and my baby are going to be ready at 37 weeks to start the labor process. And I'm not comfortable with it. And what started the confusion was that when I told the doctor that I have an ultrasound scheduled for for April 10th. And she said, that's fine. I would rather you keep that ultrasound. Okay. A few days later, I get a call from the scheduling office. They want to induce me. They want to have me check in on April 7th, have the baby on the 8th. I went, well, wait a minute. She told me she wanted me to keep my ultrasound date. And the girl is super sweet. Said, okay, let me email the doctor. They close in 20 minutes, so I probably won't hear back from them. I will call the doctor, or I will email the doctor and get back to you. I said, okay. Didn't hear from her till this past Friday, after I had another appointment with another doctor in the group. So the doctor when I went in for my, well, let me back up again. Also, when I went to L&D, when they sent me to L&D, they had me hooked up to the monitor. They checked my blood pressure, and a couple, like, I want to say for like an hour and a half, they were checking my blood pressure, and the doctors were like, you're like 3 points above what we call gestational hypertension. Like, the biggest thing right now is she's not staying on the monitor and we can't get a good read on her heartbeat. I said, okay. So they sent me down for an ultrasound. Everything on the ultrasound looked great. She looked great. Fluid looks great. Everything, like, she's practicing her breathing. She's doing everything she is supposed to be doing right now. And, like, no issues. Passed the BPP, no, with flying colors. She was fine. So when I went in on Thursday, for just this past Thursday, for my 35-week checkup, I saw the doctor who is my regular OB. She has been with me through 2 miscarriages. She delivered Allie. She was great. She is great. I love her. She understands me. She was with me through the beginning of this pregnancy and everything like that. I love her. Love her, love her, love her. If I could, I want her or the doctor that delivered my son to deliver this baby. That's who I feel secure with. Unfortunately, I don't get that option. Because it kind of depends on who's working, because they're on a rotation in the hospital, this particular group of doctors. So we'll see who's on call and who's going to catch, that night or that day, whatever. The doctor that sent me to L&D and was like, you have hypertension. I've only seen her a handful of times. I saw her once with Levi. I saw her maybe twice with Allie, and I just don't. I've seen this pregnancy is the most I've seen her, and I really don't like her. I don't like her bedside manner. She's just not my favorite person in the world. And it just, so, but when I went this past Thursday, the appointment was with my regular OB. And she was like, well, she was like, I had kept track of my BPs for the week, and she looked over that, and she felt confident in, like, me. I almost had her to let me go to 39 weeks. Almost. But it just wasn't going to happen, because she didn't think my blood pressures would cooperate. And the reason why I wanted to go to 39 weeks is I really wanted to have this baby on my dad's birthday, on the 21st, as a way to honor him. I just really wanted that. And she was like, there's no guarantee that she would be born on the 21st. And she's like, and if it's not the 21st, then what's the point? I said, yeah, I agree. And she was like, well, 38-3 would be good. I said, I'm more comfortable with 38-3. I said, that's what we delivered Allie at. And she was like, okay. So later that day, or no, the next day, Friday, I get another call from the scheduling office. And they're like, well, she really wants you to be induced on the at 37 weeks. And I was like, well, wait, I just saw my regular OB, who I've seen, and she's okay with me going to 38 and 3. And she was like, the scheduling girl had gotten an email from the doctor that I don't particularly like. And she was like, no, she can call the MFM doctors. She can call the hospital and see if they can move up her induction or her ultrasound. We'll do it that way. But no, she needs to be induced at 37 weeks. And I'm like, and the scheduling girl had gotten that email on March 25th. And so it was very confusing, and it's still very confusing, very stressful time. And I am ready for this baby to be out of my body and in my arms safely, and not need a C-section, and just push her out and be done. And I'm just very over it. Go that way. You don't need to be in this video. And it's just been a lot, guys. It's been a lot the last couple days. And I still keep track of my blood pressure and everything. And just trying to remain calm, but really getting frustrated. And just wish somebody would communicate and have understanding of what the heck is going on, what the plan is. But don't have a plan. Well, I do have a semi-plan. I'm either getting induced at 37 weeks or I'm getting induced at 38 weeks. That's what we know. So I'm either 1 week away from meeting this baby or I'm 2 weeks away. I guess we'll find out.